We are living in trying times in our world, in our nation, in our communities, and even in our churches. Somehow, what divides us seems to be at the forefront, and for some, more important than what unites us. Regardless of which side of an issue we choose to stand, it seems that if we aren't careful, it is more important for us to be right than to get it right. Thanks for that thought, Brene Brown. Jesus ran into this constantly as he came preaching an everlasting kingdom that was built on Calvary-like love. Jesus didn't mean for us to grit our teeth and act like we loved our neighbor, although honestly, that is a good starting point. He meant for us to actually love our neighbor, to love our enemies, to love those who are not like us as much as we love those who are like us. The religious folks of Jesus' day didn't understand him and his loving and serving power under type kingdom. They trusted in the power over kingdom of the world. Thanks for those thoughts, Greg Boyd. Being right was more important and more valuable than getting it right, more important than relationship. These days, there seems to be a willingness and a pattern of going to battle over what we perceive is going on with the, quote, other side. We seem less and less willing to ask questions, to have a dialogue, to reflect and see if what we think we are seeing is what we are actually seeing. There's a unique example of this in the Old Testament in Joshua 22. Joshua has declared victory in the promised land for the children of Israel, and he blesses the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh to return to the land Moses had promised them on the other side of the Jordan. As the three tribes approach the Jordan, they pause and build what is described as a huge altar. The other 9 tribes get word of this altar project and lose their collective minds. They are certain that the actions of these 3 tribes will result in sacrifices and burnt offerings, and that they will only serve to offend God and get them all in a heap of trouble. So what did the 9 tribes do? Well, they follow 21st century logic and declare war on their friends and relatives. Fortunately, however, instead of sending in the tanks, they first send in Phinehas, the priest. Phinehas goes down to the Jordan, explains to Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh the error of their ways and that they are about to be destroyed. Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh reply with a hearty, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. What you heard and what you think you see are not at all what is really going on here. Yes, we built this huge altar, but we have no intention of breaking any laws or rules, making any offerings or sacrifices, or drawing negative attention from God. We built this altar, modeled after yours, by the way, as a witness, a landmark, a testimony to our relationship with you. We realized that if we are not careful, 100 years from now, your children and ours will look across the Jordan and not remember that we are family, not remember that we are brothers and that we accomplished all of this work together. We did this to honor you, not to dishonor you." So these are God-fearing, God-loving people, but they got it wrong. And Phinehas gets to say, "But I thought, oh, never mind. I'll take care of it." He goes back to the 9 tribes, tells his story, and they're grateful that he listened and asked questions before committing them to an unnecessary war. What if there is another right answer? What if what we are so certain we are seeing is not really what we are seeing or what the other guy is intending? What if we listened and asked the right questions before going to war? What if working together to get it right was more important than being right? What if we really loved our neighbor and acted like it? What does the Lord require of me? To do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly. Let it be so.